Hey everyone, it's Mega Champ once again, and it is finally time for the final video for my end of the current year list. Not the final video for my end of the year stuff in general, but just the final video for the 2025 stuff. So basically, in other words, now that we have given away special awards for anime that I watched this year and video games that I played this year, and I revealed my final list for my personal anime of the year. Once again, congratulations, Dr. Stone Science Future, for winning my personal anime of the year for this year, that being my personal best anime that I personally watched this year. And now that I have reviewed my bold predictions that I made for 2025, being 50% correct this year, it's time for the final video for my personal lists, and that is, of course, for my personal game of the year out of all of the games that I personally played this year. As usual, there's not really much else for me to say. There's nothing else really to talk about, or nothing else left to be said. We all know how I feel about certain things at this point, so there's no point in restating them or retreading it. As usual, this is just my own personal list. You can create your own list out of games that you personally played this year, as you should. And that's really all there is left to say. Unfortunately, when it comes to video games, I am 2 to 3 years behind on video games, and sometimes I'll play video games that aren't even 2 to 3 years ago. As you'll see when I quickly go over the games that I played this year again. But like I said, this is just my own personal list and my own personal opinions and feelings out of all of the games that I personally played this year. Make your own list out of all the games that you played. That way you don't have to be angry for some reason or another out of my own personal list, out of my own personal games that I played this year. So, yeah, nothing else to really be said. We all know I can tend to ramble, so I mean, honestly, there really isn't anything left to be said. I'm pretty much already over the Game Awards stuff. Doesn't take me very long, as it really shouldn't for anyone else, but whatever. Anyway, once again, here's a quick review of the video games that I played this year and the console that I played them on. So here are once again the video games that I personally played this year, which are as follows: Live Alive on the Switch 1, Digimon Survive, PlayStation 4 on PlayStation 5 via backwards compatibility, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and its DLC for Switch 1, Rayman Legends, PlayStation 4, Stray, PlayStation 5, One Shot World Machine Edition, PlayStation 5, The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero, PlayStation 4. It still counts, even though after I played this game, I decided to drop the rest of the games and its franchise. Sonic Frontiers, PlayStation 5. AI The Somnium Files, PlayStation 4. And Pokemon Scarlet on the Switch 1, which is still ongoing. And in case you couldn't already tell, all of the PlayStation 4 games I played on my PlayStation 5 through backwards compatibility. So, not really that many. Only 10 if you count the one that is currently ongoing, Pokemon Scarlet. 9 if you do not. Definitely significantly less than what I normally play, and I'm not going to tread this or restate this to any more or any longer after this, but it was because the first three games that I mentioned, Live Alive, Digimon Survive, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and its DLC, unfortunately took me over 6 months, over half the year, just to get through those three games because all of them being relatively long, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 taking me 200 hours to complete. So it is what it is. Not the greatest list, honestly, if I'm to be even more brutally honest, which you know I'm going to be, regardless of if people like it or not, or like me doing so or not. So that's what I'm going to do, as we all know. And nothing is probably ever going to stop me from doing that or doing so. So I guess it is what it is. There's nothing I can do, nothing massively stood out, and this is, I think, the second year in a row that's happened. It is what it is. Try to ignore other noises you may or may not hear. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, it's just the situation, unfortunately. So I don't know if that's going to change. Hopefully, it will at some point. I mean, it might this next upcoming year finally. Um, with one of the games that I'm hoping I will finally get around to and actually playing for myself, and that could actually be said about another game which I will finally be getting around to once I finish Pokemon Scarlet to my liking, but we can discuss that further during my most anticipated list. So for now, it's time to reveal my final list of the video games that I played this year that I felt were the best out of everything that I played. Just like my final list for the anime that I played this year, there's three, technically four, when if you want to include the overall special mention like I did for my final list for anime that I liked the most this year. So 3 to 4 games, the 3 to 4 best games that I personally played this year. So yeah, not much else to really say. So we're gonna get started with just like with what I did with my personal anime of the year. We're gonna start with the overall special mention for this year, the de-facto number 4, a video game that I played this year that might not have been maybe a part of the true quote-unquote final list, but I felt still deserved mentioning, and is basically de-facto number 4. And this year, overall special mention for my personal game of the year, de-facto number 4, is the winner of the special award for surprise of the year for my video games that I played this year, which if you forgot, yep, it's Rayman Legends. The only reason this game is not higher than this is because of the difficulty aspect. Go back and watch my full thoughts video on that. I'm not going to retread or restate that too much. But like I said when I talked about it for my when I gave it the special award for surprise of the year, this game was fucking amazing in a lot of areas and a lot of respects, and surprised the hell out of me with how good it ended up being, especially in the music area and just really the gameplay and platforming aspect in general. And like I've also discussed and mentioned several times already, I learned from the Crash Insane trilogy, and I suppose you could throw Crash 4 into that category as well, how to be a persistent bastard. So I got through it at the end of the day when it came to the difficulty, but it's not really something I could ignore in case that hasn't also already been obvious. So the game was unnecessarily difficult and really probably too difficult in a lot of ways, but for the most part, I still managed to get most of the collectibles except for the collectibles in one level and stage, which was the auto scrolling level. I was actually honestly surprised that there wasn't more than one auto scrolling level. It was just the one, so I was able to pretty much get all of the collectibles and pretty much everything else outside of that one and the speedrunning one, which is impressive as far as I'm concerned. I do like getting collectibles as long as it's not too difficult and not too frustrating. So the fact that I managed to do that for Rayman Legends and also do it without a guide, mostly. There was a couple times I did have to look up videos online or a guide on or something for it online. But other than those times and a couple of other situations, and which included the bosses, yeah, I surprised myself with how well I did in terms of the collectibles, and it just ended up being a really great and really amazing experience, and probably something I needed after those 3 games that I mentioned that took me way too long to get through and way too long to beat, because it was the first game that I played after those 3 games that took me over half the year to get through. So it didn't get make it into the top 3 or the top 2, unfortunately, mostly because of the difficulty aspect, but this game surprised the hell out of me, and like I stated in my full thoughts video for this game, if more games from this franchise get put on modern consoles in terms of a remaster or a remake or something of that realm, or however you want to put it, then yes, I will play them. I'm not going to go back and play any old games, I'm sorry, especially when you consider the difficulty in mind. That's why I still haven't bought the PS3 Rayman Origins game. I'm sorry. I don't need too many difficult games. I'm just saying. I don't know how these people that love Soul likes do it. But that's them. Clearly not me. Clearly not me. But yeah, I don't need too many difficult games, but if they put any of the old games on modern consoles, if somehow Rayman Origins gets ported to PlayStation 5, then I'll play it. Or if some of the other old games from the franchise get ported to modern consoles in terms of a remaster or a remake, then I will play it. Otherwise, I don't think I will play any other games other than if there are new games. So, I mean, it's just the situation. I don't like going back to old consoles, especially when I don't know how long old consoles of mine will last. I mean, they really should try to put them on modern consoles through remasters and remakes, despite what you may think of remasters and remakes. But, I guess it is what it is. If they make more Rayman games, yes, I will support the franchise. That does not include the Mario and Rabbids tactical games. I'm sorry. It's one DLC for one game. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an actual full-fledged new Rayman game or something that they port or remaster or remake. So, if that happens, yes, I will support the game and the franchise. Yes, I am a fan of the franchise now. Way too fucking late as usual, as normal, as always for me. Good God. Yes, I'm tired of that happening, but it's just what happens with me, I guess. But I don't really know what else to say. I'm rambling too much. Hopefully, the Rayman franchise gets more love. Mega Man finally came back which I knew it would. Pretty sure I said in a old video. I think I might have even said it when I forgave Capcom for all their bullshit with Ace Attorney that Mega Man would be next. So insert MHA meme. All Might, your now it's your turn. So I mean, Mega Man did come back, although it is Capcom, so they're doing much better than probably most other companies. But if Rayman ever does come back at some point, then yes, I will support it. You can count on my support. Thumbs up. But will it? Who knows? There have been some so called quote unquote rumblings, rumors, leaks, whatever you want to call them about it. But like I also said in a previous video, I will believe it when I see it. But if it happens, then yes, I will support it. It is what it is. Don't really know what else to really say or what else you might want from me in this regard. So hopefully it'll come back. If it does, I will support it. If they put more of the old games on modern consoles, I will support it. So we will quickly move on to the real list, or the actual list, with number 3. The third best game that I played this year was One Shot World Machine Edition. And the only reason for this is because of the cuteness of it in many ways, and the fact that it didn't have any difficulty compared to Rayman. This was an unbelievably cute game, an unbelievably unique game, like I also stated from my full thoughts video for this. Breaking the fourth wall is a part of this game's story. The immersion in terms of the fourth wall breaking is a little bit broken when you play it on console, which is what I did, because of the fact that they had to create a sort of fake computer screen for it. But I don't exactly have a gaming computer or gaming laptop, so give me a break, please. I still thought it was really unique with what they did for that. And it's still, this game has not aged poorly in the slightest. I mean, you can maybe crap on its graphics, but graphics are great, but I've also stated that graphics are not a be-all, end-all. You can still have an amazing game that isn't all that great graphics-wise. I mean, this is practically most indie games, and look at what happened, again, whether you like it or not, at this year's Game Awards in terms of what was nominated, with, like, you know, Silk Song and Hades 2 and all that stuff. Those aren't graphically outstanding or amazing games, so graphics are not a be-all, end-all, and graphics can also not save games. Again, Biomutant. So as long as a game is good in some sort of way or manner of speaking, then it really doesn't matter, and that's pretty much this game. This game has not aged at all. It's aged like fine wine, if you want to use that sort of saying or phrase or terminology or metaphor or whatever. And it was pretty much the first game that did the whole breaking the fourth wall using your computer files type of game. So, and that is not done a lot more nowadays outside of some creepy horror games, which I still think, you know, is great and enhances the creep factor, also, like I said in my full thoughts video. But I also think that more games should do it that aren't horror games, because it's a really unique thing to do. So just saying, Nico is great. Nico is great. Great character. Love me some Nico. You know what I mean. Don't go to that headspace. I'm just saying Nico is an unbelievably great and cute character overall. And you just want to do everything to help and save Nico. And that's kind of the whole point. So I liked playing it. I enjoyed playing it. I was robbed of a platinum for it thanks to an unclear trophy guide, but there's nothing I can do about that either. So it was an unbelievably fun and great and unique experience. There wasn't a time when I wasn't enjoying it. Unfortunate that it was short. Unfortunate that, I don't know what's going on with the developer of this game or what they're doing. I know they're making another game, but nobody seems to know where the fuck it's at. So if it's anything like this game, then I will support it, but we'll see. I will also only play it on console, just saying. But, it's a great and cute indie game that doesn't really need amazing graphics to get its point across. So, yeah, it was the third best game I played this year. Congratulations to you, One Shot, World Machine Edition. So, yeah, great, and more great. So that means we're down to the final two. The two best games that I personally played this year. And number two, I don't know. Number two will maybe not surprise you, but might also surprise you at the same time. And that's because it was a game I played late this year. Not really all that dissimilar from the Tales of the Abyss situation a couple years ago when Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was running away with it with my personal game of the year until I played Tales of the Abyss, which was also somewhat late into the year. This is a similar situation, except it didn't win my personal game of the year. Big oof. Big rip. My personal game of the year runner-up for 2025, the second best game that I personally played this year, if I can talk properly, the second best game that I personally played this year. Yep, it's AI the Somnium Files. It's AI the Somnium Files. Literally the last game that I completed before I started playing Pokemon Scarlet. I cannot praise this game more. Also, like I stated for this game's Full Thoughts video. And also, like I stated in the Full Thoughts video for it and the title for it, this was probably the best visual novel that I have played in years. Probably since the Ace Attorney franchise. It's a fucking amazing, and there's no other way to say it, I'm sorry. It's a fucking amazing visual novel with great characters, great character development, great humor. It was just an overall amazing and great experience. Seriously, try this game out for yourself. When I first heard about this game, it actually still had a demo that I played on my PlayStation 4 before I switched to my PlayStation 5 because my PlayStation 4 started making disconcerting noises. And I don't know if it's still available or not, but I would look for it. Look for the demo for this game and try it out and play it for yourself. I mentioned this before I started doing video versions of this. That's how I became interested in the Nier franchise, specifically Nier Automata or however you want to pronounce it. I played the demo for that, and that's how I got into that game and how I got into the Nier franchise. Same with AI the Somnium Files. If you can find the demo on PlayStation 4 or if you can do it through PlayStation 5, seriously try it out. because I loved the demo as well. And when I played the full game, well, you all saw and heard when I did my full thoughts. Fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. I can't wait to play the second game, Nirvana Initiative. And I honestly can't wait to play the other game, No Sleep for Kaname Date. Although it's going to be weird to play that game, like I said in my full thoughts video again, knowing what I know now when it comes to the twist and the big truth reveal. And that's why this game is only runner up, the second best game that I played this year, is because of the twist and the truth revelation. Because, like I said, it wasn't that great. For me, anyway, personally, it wasn't that great. It felt like a cop out, and it still does. I hope that doesn't happen for Nirvana Initiative. But even if it doesn't, Nirvana Initiative is going to have some major competition, and you'll see why when I get to my most anticipated. So we'll save that for later. There's some hinting and some foreshadowing for you. You know I like mascots, so Iba's great. Iba, my beloved. Wait, what? Anyway, the point is this game was fucking amazing. Other than the truth revelation and the big twist, it was fucking amazing. Start to end, fucking amazing. Nothing else to say. Nothing really left to be said. Seriously, try this game out. Seriously, try this game out. It's so good. It's so good. But, like I always seem to have to say, do whatever you want to do at the end of the day. It's your choice. I'm not good at convincing people to do things anyway. Clearly. So, yeah, but it was just so fucking good. And if you ask me, for a game that I just recently completed that I played late in this year, it making it all the way to the second best game that I played this year and my personal game of the year runner up, that's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. I probably will change my Discord, Twitch, all that stuff, profile picture, avatar, whatever you want to call it, to Iba at some point. I don't know when, but it probably will happen at some point, cause. But yeah, great game. Can't praise it more. Looking forward to playing Nirvana Initiative. And sure, I'm looking forward to playing No Sleep for Kaname Date, even though it's going to be fucking weird playing that game, knowing what I know from what happens in the first game. So, yeah. Nothing else to be said, except to finally tell you what my personal game of the year for 2025 is. The best game that I personally played for this year. Out of everything that I played of this year. What is it? Well. I suppose technically you could say it's the same kind of game that swept at the Game Awards, although there are definitely a lot of arguments being made that it's not technically an indie game or an independent game. Think whatever you want, I guess, when it comes to that. No, it's not Expedition 33. You saw my post. And I still am a trillion% mean it. My personal game of the year for 2025. The winner of my personal game of the year for this year. Cat game! Stray. It was Stray. I don't really even know what to say at this point. I fucking loved this game. I fucking loved it. start to end. Is it because you play as a cat? I don't know. I'm being brutally honest with you. I don't know. I'm sure it has a large part of it, and it was unbelievably cute and unbelievably emotional attachment, considering a lot of the things that happen in this game. But it's fucking great. It's fucking great. The story is honestly really intriguing. Really intriguing, honestly. It was. It really was for me. I wouldn't have minded. I wouldn't have minded it if this game was a 15 to 20 hour game just so we can get some more lore on what the world in the game and what was going on in the game. But you don't want things to overstay their welcome, obviously, so it being a 8 to 10 hour game was probably the right decision. It was probably the right decision. And it was still really good, really fun, really cute. Never had a moment when I wasn't enjoying playing it. Intriguing as hell. I really don't know what else to say. The thing that happens at the end, which I won't spoil, really sad. Really sad. And when it got to the end, before the credit theme started playing, or once I witnessed the ending for myself, and then the credits showed up, I have to be honest. No, I didn't cry. You cried. No. It was emotional. It was very emotional. I didn't technically cry, but it was definitely, a borderline emotional type of deal. And it's the first time something like that has happened to me when I have played a game in God knows how long. God knows how long. It's just my list, okay? This is why I keep saying to make your own list and to do your own thing. This is probably the best indie game I've ever played, and it doesn't even look like an indie game. Graphics wise, like I said during my full thoughts for it, the graphics make it look like a AAA game, but it's an indie game. The sad part is, with what is going on right now with Annapurna Interactive. That's the sad part. And it probably means we're not going to ever get a Stray 2 or a game similar to Stray where you play as a dog. Again, hinting, large hint. Congratulations, you can steal that idea and take all the credit. I don't need a goddamn bit of credit. Congratulations on your massive success. Just saying, but it's just really I mean, hell, I'd take a Stray game where you play as a bird. Flying around sounds amazing. Just saying. But it's just unfortunate and it's just sad in many ways how unbelievably stupidly corporate things are becoming. It's not a surprise, but still fucking ridiculous. So it's just very unfortunate in many ways, but there's nothing you can do. Maybe we'll get another game like this at some point. Yes, I know about Little Kitty Big City, but I mean something literally similar to Stray because I just loved the hell out of this game. I really did. It was just so fucking good, so amazing, so cute. Never had a moment when I wasn't enjoying playing it. I really don't know what else to say. I can't praise this game more. I can't praise it more. There wasn't really a lot negative to say about this game other than maybe the length of the game, and I guess if you want to throw this out there, the fact that you couldn't customize the cat. I guess, to make it look like your own cat or whatever. Because this is literally the cat. You can't do anything with it. You can't make it black or gray or white or long hair or short hair, other cat characteristics. So, yeah, that's if you want to throw that out there, then sure. There wasn't really anything negative for me to say other than wanting to know a bit more about the world of the game and the length, I guess. But it was just the best game I played this year. I'm sorry, it just was. Out of everything that I played that I just mentioned to you, I'm not saying I didn't enjoy Sonic Frontiers, but it had a lot of problems, as you saw from my video. We all saw what happened with Trails from Zero, which got me to drop the rest of the games and the rest of the franchise. And notice that the game that I said last year was my most anticipated game that I will actually play didn't even make the list of 4. It didn't even make the list of 4. That was Xenoblade Chronicles 3, by the way. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Just saying. Just saying. So, yeah. I mean, fuck. Digimon Survive didn't make the list. My list is like 2 indie games and a platformer and a unbelievably great visual novel. So, yeah. I really don't know what else to say, and this video is already getting too long. So, fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. Play this game. Seriously, play it. It's just very sad and very unfortunate that we won't get a Stray 2 or a game similar to this where you play as a dog or a bird or whatever. So, yeah. There you go. That's my final list for the best games that I personally played this year in 2025. Once again, to quickly wrap things up here, as a quick recap, overall special mention, de facto number 4, Rayman Legends. The third best game that I played this year, One Shot World Machine Edition. My personal game of the year runner-up, the second best game that I personally played this year, AI The Somnium Files. And my personal game of the year for 2025, the best game that I personally played for this year, Stray. Congratulations, Stray. In May of 2026, you will get your reward, in which my Discord, Twitch, and YouTube profile picture gets changed to something from your game. Probably B12. That's probably what it will change to. So, congratulations, Stray. Personally, I think you deserve it. You definitely deserve it. And that's all for my 2025 stuff. That's all for my 2025 stuff. So we have 2 things left. My most anticipated for 2026, which is once again only 2 things. Again, just saying. And then my bold predictions for 2026. And I'm not going to say anything about those 2 videos until I actually get to them. So that's all for my 2025 stuff. We're not done just yet, because now it's time to talk about next year. Now it's time to talk about 2026. And first, we will talk about most anticipated for 2026. My most anticipated anime for 2026, and we'll talk about other animes that I'm looking forward to as well, and my most anticipated game that I will actually play in 2026, because there's not a most anticipated game overall in general. Again, fuck's sake. But that's okay. There's still a lot of games that I still haven't gotten around to and played yet. And we'll discuss what my most anticipated game that I will actually play or hope to actually play in 2026 is. And we can also discuss other games that I'm looking forward to finally getting around to. So that's all I got for you. This is too long. I'm sorry. What do you expect from me at this point? Until next time, this is Megachamp saying next time I'll be providing you with more unlimited guidance. Once again, congratulations to Stray, as you are the best game that I played personally for me in the year of 2025, this year. Bye.